Hello and welcome to Velocity Talks. My name is Christopher Durham and I'm the president of the Velocity Institute. This is my weekly opportunity to talk to all the cool people in private brand, or as we like to call them, the movers and the shakers around the world. Today I'm excited to welcome my wife, Laraine. It's great to have you.
Thanks, Christopher.
So before you jump in, I do want to say, hey, if you haven't already subscribed and liked, please click at the bottom and you'll get alerts every time we publish something. It costs absolutely nothing, so it's free. Please do it. And it'll help the algorithm know what kind of videos to better serve you. Laraine, obviously I know you. We've been married for 20 years, but tell us a little bit about you.
Hello, my name is Laraine Durham, and I am married to Christopher Durham. I am the vice president of marketing and events for Velocity Institute. I have over 20 years experience in retail fashion merchandising as a buyer. My buying experience has led me through different factories, different product development, different sourcing. I've worked extensively with company-owned private brand clothing labels, and now I manage events for the Velocity Institute.
So you manage events for the Velocity Institute. What exactly does that mean?
As the vice president of marketing and events for Velocity Institute, I wear a lot of hats. I produce and plan the conferences that we do yearly. I work on the summits that we produce. I help with the Vertex Awards.
Global sourcing.
We have been doing a lot of our own global sourcing here in terms of different things that we need to run our business and Vertex trophies specifically this year. Learned a lot about sourcing Vertex trophies.
Lord knows. We actually have one of the new trophies. Hold on. Here we go.
Yeah, we're very proud
If you got one last year, so this one is shiny.
It's shiny.
And has a base so it doesn't fall over.
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
That's the gold.
That's the gold, obviously. Absolutely. How long have we been doing this now?
The Velocity Institute?
Well, just in general.
Oh, about 10 years.
I think 11 or 12.
Okay. Well, yeah. All right.
And the Velocity Institute a couple of years. We have a couple of events coming up, and we'll certainly talk about those in a minute.
We do.
But as you look at how we've evolved, and you were a retailer at one point, how do you see the changes? What do you see happening there?
With Velocity Institute? Yeah. We grew from, basically, Christopher started a blog, 15 years ago, mm-hmm. when I was a clothing buyer. He was working at Lowe's in private brand. Oddly enough, private brand. When he started writing the blog because he had some job dissatisfaction. So he started writing this blog, and this was back when blogs weren't really a thing. And we were both working full time. We had 3 kids at home. I was traveling. He was doing some traveling. It was just like full out chaos at our house. And he would be working on this blog every night, and I said, that's dumb. Nobody's ever going to read this. Turns out whenever I say it's a really dumb idea, it's a really great idea. So from the blog, it evolved into his website. We started getting some sponsorships. We briefly moved to Omaha, where I was working for a different clothing retailer there. And Christopher came to me and said, I've got this great idea for a package design contest. We'll call it the Vertex Awards. And I said, what? How are you going to do this? It'll be all online. People will send us money through PayPal to enter, and we'll have a worldwide panel of judges, people that I know in the industry, and we'll give out awards. And again, I said, that's a really dumb idea. Nobody's ever going to do that. So now here we are 11 years later, this is our 11th year of the Vertex Awards, and it is indeed a global package design contest. We've grown in entries steadily every year. This year, I think we had over 400 entries.
Yeah, something like that.
A lot, quite a lot from when we started it, or when he started it 11 years ago. The Vertex Awards have taken us to Amsterdam to do some award ceremonies. We've incorporated the Vertex Awards into our annual conference and expo that we have every year in May in Charlotte, North Carolina. And then from that, we've just really grown now from more of a blog to a weekly video series that Christopher does on trends in private brands, what's happening. He does the velocity talks with the movers and the shakers, as he likes to call them. And so we've just been doing some really interesting things, and private brand has grown along with us, and with private brands steadily increasing every year and just getting better and better, we find that the retailers are investing more and more. The products are getting better. The package design gets better. More people are more apt to try private brands now than ever before. So it's really a growing industry and something that's fun to be a part of.
So then during the pandemic, I said, hey, let's blow it up.
Yeah, there was that.
We got to a point where, I don't know, it felt stagnant. It felt like we needed to change. And I said, hey, let's blow it up. Let's create a new name.
Yeah.
Let's figure out what the future should be, not what the past has been.
Well, and also in 2020, our conference basically shut down because everything was shut down. We switched to an online platform, which nobody was really doing at the time. We switched the whole conference to online. We had people watching from around the world. We did it live. It was really before anybody was on Zoom or anything like that. Well, it wasn't even on Zoom.
It was the early days of the pandemic.
On a different platform. We've really been early adapters, or rather Christopher has, and then I say it's a dumb idea, and then it works, and then he goes on to the next good idea. But Christopher's really been an early adapter of technology and things that have really helped to move us along. But yes, we decided also in 2020 that we wanted to do something different, and we wanted to, reimagine. We changed our name. We changed our kind of philosophy on what we do. I don't think I said that was a bad idea.
I don't remember. I think you said it was going to cost some money.
Oh,
I think you said.
Right. Christopher always wants to spend money on his big ideas, and I try to pull him back a little bit. So we have this constant tug of war, which works, and it's good that we're both not spending money all the time.
Yeah. And then the Velocity Institute was born.
And then when the Velocity Institute was born, so we developed a global membership for retailers and their private brands. So we talk to retailers. We want to know what they're doing, how they're doing it, how they're developing their private brands, their package design, their strategy, their product development. And as a result, a lot of service providers have come along for the ride with us. So people that sell software
But so they can all be members.
So they can all be members.
A retailer build a brand, you can also be a member.
Design firms, ad agencies, software providers.
Manufacturers.
We love manufacturers. And we've got some that have definitely supported us since the beginning, but we're growing and bringing more people in all the time. We'd love to have you as a member of Velocity Institute. Go to our website, fill out a form. It's super easy, and you'll be the first to know about all the interesting things that we're doing.
So let's talk about the next few events for the year. So obviously, in a few weeks, we have the Innovation Summit coming up.
Our online Innovation Summit.
So this one's the second one of the year. First one was AI. You can go watch that all.
Yeah, that one was really cool. You should watch that on our channel.
This one will have basically 4 sessions. I'll introduce the research that we have in the field right now. That'll be the second annual version of this research on innovation in private brands. Pretty interesting work. Damon will speak, Gene Ryan from Damon. Mark Fields from Australia, former executive from Kohl's, and I will have a fireside chat. And then we'll close out with a panel on innovation, product development, manufacturing, global sourcing, that sort of thing. I'll be moderating Morgan Drummond from Misfit Markets.
I love Morgan.
Beto Galvin from Albertsons. If you've ever met Beto, he's also fabulous. Leo Nacera from Agritalia.
Yep. Leo.
And Clay Dockery from
Clay's
Massimo Zanetti.
Oh, cool. Yes, he's really interesting. He's been in the business for a long time.
Absolutely free event. Please go register. You'll get all the alerts. You can watch the videos. And actually, it'll be live, so you can ask questions, and those videos will then be available online. And then what's after the Innovation Summit?
Then we have our big expo and conference in May, the Velocity Conference and Expo, where we'll bring in people, again, literally from around the world, manufacturers, retailers, service providers. We'll have a very curated set of expo areas with people doing their cool stuff and telling what they've what they're doing. Or
There are still a few booths available. If you'd like on the expo booth, reach out to Laraine and she
Yep.
can help you out.
Durham at velocityinstitute.org.
So when is that event?
That is May 13th through 15th.
And where is it?
It's in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Sheraton/Le Meridian Hotel in downtown Charlotte. We've had it in downtown Charlotte now for the past, I think this is our 6th or 7th one. COVID throws me off there, but everybody seems to really enjoy downtown Charlotte. It's a growing area. We usually have nice weather in May. We'll have a cocktail Vertex celebration up on the roof of the hotel. So we do a lot of networking. We do breakfast and lunch for the 2 days. We do an opening cocktail reception, and then the first full night of the conference is when we'll have our cocktail Vertex celebration up on the roof. So people really love our conferences because you get a chance to interact with people. You get to meet people you maybe never would have met before. And it's just really a great opportunity to come and meet people who are in the industry, manufacturers in the industry, service providers in the industry, designers, all kinds of people.
And there'll be lots of cool retailers, though. So we've got
Lots of cool retailers, for sure.
execs from Amazon, Albertsons, CVS, AWG, GA. It goes on and on. We're continuing to add them as we go. So make sure you take a look. And they hang around and they'll talk to you.
And if you're a retailer in the private brand business, we invite you to come to our conference for free. So go on our website. We'd love to have you. Please join us.
Absolutely. So,
everybody else pays, but retailers come for free.
So we do the Vertex Awards. That's, I guess, Tuesday night.
Yeah, that's
there.
Tuesday night. Yep.
That conference, if you buy the ticket right now, it's $200 off on early bird through the end of the month.
Early bird through
make sure you buy it
March
right now.
31st.
And then we go to Amsterdam a few weeks later, right?
We do. We go to Amsterdam, and we do, I guess, the European version of our Vertex Awards in Amsterdam in the Doubletree Hotel near Central Station. Christopher's been going to Amsterdam for quite a few years now.
Yeah, so it's the Monday night of PLMA, so there's a
Right.
good crowd there. We should have a couple hundred people there, if I had to guess.
Oh, funny
Sure.
aside. Funny aside. So last year was my first time going to Amsterdam with Christopher to do these awards, and I said, this is a dumb idea. Nobody's going to show up. Maybe we'll have 10 people in the hotel room. And Christopher wanted a projection screen and all. And I'm like, do we really need all this? It's going to be 10 people standing around. I think we had about 200 people. And this year we're going to be a little bit better prepared. I've arranged a microphone.
It's a bigger room.
Bigger room, some more food. And it's free. So if you're in Amsterdam that Monday night of PLMA, please come out and join us.
You can register on velocityinstitute.org right now.
Please do register so
we know.
We kind of know how many people to expect, and we'll have some fun stuff for
But
you.
it's a great place to be in network. We'll give out trophies. Retailers and the folks who help them design love to receive a trophy. So you'll meet a lot of the retailers. We had folks from all over the world at this past
We had
one.
a big contingent from China. We had about
China and
Australia.
a bunch of United States retailers as well. We actually had the U.S. or the North American Retailer of the Year, Sprouts, was there, as well as the Asian
Jack
Retailer
Ross.
of the Year was there, and the European
Giants.
Retailer of the Year. We're all in the same room, so that was super fun.
Yeah, that was really cool. And it's so fun to give these people their awards, and they're just so excited. And it's just such a really just a fun event. And it's really nice to connect with these people from all over the world that we usually don't get to see in person, but maybe we've seen online through LinkedIn or through different interviews Christopher has done through the years. So it's always nice to meet up in person.
Absolutely. So the future, what does the future look like?
The future, well, private brands will definitely just keep going, and we'll just keep going. I think people have really, I think COVID helped a lot when there were shortages and you couldn't get things, so you were forced to try that store brand or that private brand toilet paper or paper towel or whatever was out of stock. And people tried it and they liked it because the private brands have just come such a long way since we had the generic. Where's your generic beer can?
There's one
From the
there.
80s. Yeah. Now the package design is so great. The products are getting better all the time. And there's still hits and misses out there. There's
always room for improvement.
Yeah, we shop private brand in our house. I'm a big Aldi fan. I'm an Aldi super fan. I'm an Aldi shopper. So shout out to Aldi. But I just think
I think Aldi's coming to the conference.
Oh, yeah. So I have my quarter that's attached to my keychain on on my purse. So I always have my quarter. I take my bags. I think people are definitely, with inflation the way it is and the economy the way it is, everybody's trying to save money. Nobody wants to spend $4 for eggs. You really want to get those savings any way you can these days.
Absolutely. So the future for Velocity. So 2019, we did a conference in Europe, right?
Yeah, we would love to go back to Europe again.
So
another Velocity conference. Send us your suggestions on where you would like us to go. We went to Lisbon, Portugal in 2019, obviously before the pandemic. And that was, again, a great networking time. We had so many people that got to join us that don't usually get to come to our events because we were on their side of the world. Yeah, we'd love to go somewhere new and see some new stuff.
Fall 2025 would be my target.
Yeah.
So this year, after Vertex and so forth, the next event will actually be, we're going to do a virtual European conference, London's time zone, and we'll have retailers and thought leaders and so forth.
Looking at you, James Butcher.
Yeah, absolutely. But we've got some great retailers lined up from Sainsbury. I'm working on a few others from around the European area that I'm hoping the reception will be very good for, and it's a good way to kick us back into Europe, because were it not for COVID, this would have probably been the 4th or 5th year would be in Europe.
Yeah.
So
Stupid COVID.
Stupid COVID, absolutely.
COVID. But definitely want to get back to doing that. And did you want to talk about the sustainability?
Can certainly talk about sustainability.
Yeah, so sustainability is a big topic of conversation. For the past couple of years, we've done a sustainability conference in the fall. This fall, we're going to Phoenix, Arizona, where Sprouts will keynote for us. And we'll be talking about sustainability in private brands. So what retailers, service providers, manufacturers are doing to make their brands more sustainable. So it's something that a lot of people are talking about. A lot of people are trying to figure it out. So it's important, and we want to emphasize it.
And the biggest thing I tell people about sustainability is this is not a conference that you go to tell your big story. Everybody's trying. Nobody's got it right. They're all trying to figure out. It's hard. So a lot of this conversation is, how do we work together to have better solutions, to be more efficient, to be smarter, with the realization that we're all just trying to figure it out. So
and not ingest so much plastic.
Yeah, exactly.
I think at one of our sustainability conferences, we had a speaker who told us that basically everyone in America is ingesting a credit card size worth of plastic every year.
No, I think it's quicker than that.
Every month.
Might have been every month.
It was terrifying and fascinating. So it's important, and we want to highlight it.
I think you're doing a Barbie doll's worth every month.
So. A Barbie doll's worth.
Yeah. It's a Barbie theme. Yeah, we'll absolutely do that. Then we'll be in November back in Chicago for our Velocity Bold Bash. It's going to get even bolder and even more bashy.
He wants to make it bigger.
It's going to get bigger and better. We're going to actually move.
We're moving venues.
To Joe's Live, which is in the same entertainment district as where we have been the last 2 years.
King's Bowling Conference.
So it's right across from it.
Right across.
But a much larger space. We'll have a band.
We'll have a big stage. Yep. We'll be able to accommodate lots more people because, again, we've exploded last year. And again, I thought, we'll have a couple hundred people. There were a lot of people. Luckily, the fire marshal did not drop in that day, or we definitely would have been in trouble.
And then,
so now we're going to a bigger venue. Everybody can come, hang out, network. It's strictly a networking event. People, retailers especially, love to come and hang out after a day on the trade show floor and just kind of chill out. So it's a really great way to meet people and network in the private brand industry.
And I have some really cool sponsorships available for it. If you'd like your brand, your name attached to the Bold Bash, if you'd like it on the marquee on the front of the building.
Your name can be on the marquee. How cool would that be?
Yeah,
so,
on the T-shirts, on the whatever.
We're going to have a lot of swag because we're sourcing.
Yeah.
We're global sourcers now for swag.
I'm becoming an expert at Alibaba, so it's all good. And then we close out the year with our annual State of the Industry in December. So they're all available online. You can actually go register for all of them now. Some of them cost money. Some of them are free. The earlier you do it, the cheaper it is, though.
Everything's free for retailers. So retailers, please join us.
Absolutely. We'd love to have you and hope to see you in Charlotte and Phoenix and Chicago and Amsterdam.
It's a lot of stuff.
It is. 10 events, I think.
I don't know how you talk me into so many things.
I don't know. We're crazy. But fortunately, we've grown. We have a team that helps us do what we want to do. Shout out Lucas and your whole team.
Lucas.
Yep, absolutely. Lucas probably doesn't watch this.
No,
so
we'll have to make
okay.
him watch this one. Lucas is our tech guy. If you've ever come to
Lucas is our
conferences,
stage manager, yeah.
Well, yes, he knows all things tech.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
So we always like to end up with the same 5 questions. Just gives you a fun insight into who people are, and people actually, this is the most common thing, people hang around and they'll go, hey, I saw so-and-so said he wanted to be a veterinarian. It's pretty fun. Question number 1, what's your favorite word?
I thought about this a lot, and I would have to say it's progress. In everything in life, it's progress, not perfection. It's moving toward a goal. It's baby steps. It's keep moving forward. So that's my motto with all things is let's keep making progress.
Absolutely. I like that. Question number 2, are you a more artistic or a more mathematic person?
I think you know the answer to that, but it's definitely more mathematic. I'm more numbers focused. I'm more procedure focused, more logical focused. I'm not artistic. Artistic in the sense that I can see something and I like it and I can appreciate it and I can sometimes translate that into a different thing that works in a different way. But to create from scratch, I've always been fascinated how designers do that. So definitely more mathematic. I love a spreadsheet, as Christopher will tell you.
It's the merchant in you. She loves a spreadsheet even when it shouldn't be used.
I used a spreadsheet to organize our wedding, actually, and then I forgot to put my dress on the spreadsheet. But that's
a whole other story. Yeah. Question number 3, if you could share a meal with anyone, past or present, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Yeah, this is a great question. As I've watched you interview other people, we've heard everything from Jesus Christ to their grandmother to Abraham Lincoln. And something that really occurred to me, and this is a different one, but Stephen King. I started reading Stephen King books when I was a teenager, and I've read a lot of his books, not all of them, but I just finished another one not too long ago. And I just think he's so fascinating and different in the way his mind works and the way the connections that he makes. I just think he's fascinating, and I'd love to talk to him someday. Stephen King.
Go to Maine. Go to Maine and have dinner with Stephen King.
Hang out in Maine, him and Bernie. And I also would
think
like
Bernie's
to.
in Vermont. But
Oh, yeah. It's that way.
it's that direction
that way.
for sure. Number 4, what profession other than your own would you have liked to have tried?
When I was 7 years old, I wanted to be Olivia Newton-John. I wanted to be a pop star. Pop star.
I had thoughts about Olivia Newton-John as well.
I'm sure yours were a little bit different. But anyway, pop star, actress. I've acted in plays and musicals and things growing up. Jazz hands. And now our daughter Olivia is in the musical theater world and does a lot of that. So it's been really fun to see her develop a love for that. But something along those lines. Entertainment, business.
What we do anyway. We just put on big shows.
Yeah, you put on big shows and I tell you it's not going to work until it works. And then
There you go.
Hey.
Question number 5, if you could speak to yourself at the beginning of your career, what advice would you give yourself?
Oh, Lord. So many things. Listen more. I think, especially when I was younger, I tended to just flail my ideas about onto people, and they sometimes didn't appreciate that the way I wanted them to. And just understand that not everybody is going to be a fan of you. Not everybody's going to be for you. Not everybody's rooting for you to win. So that was like a thing I had to figure out is not everybody's going to like me, and that's okay. I'm a people pleaser.
And that's good advice.
Yeah.
So typically we close up talking about the things we've already done. Obviously, we have talked about those things. What I will close with is just telling you if you need any assistance, if you'd like to be involved, if you'd like to be a member, if you'd like to speak at a conference, if you'd like to sponsor any of our events, reach out to Laraine, Durham at velocityinstitute.org. It's very simple. And we would love to get you involved. As we grow, the more folks that become involved, the better it is. There's just the bigger brain trust, the better the networking, the better the events. And we're excited to really push private brand forward.
Absolutely. And reach out to me on LinkedIn, too. We're all over LinkedIn as Velocity Institute, as Christopher Durham, as Laraine Durham, as the Vertex Awards. So we'd love it if you could like and follow us on LinkedIn as well.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for joining us. This has been Velocity Talks.